about online businesses that anyone can start from home. Now, the reason that Ealing Council asked me to talk about online businesses was because of the impact that COVID had on a lot of Southall businesses. There were, there are about 7,000 Southall businesses, and quite a few of them are shop-based businesses who were hit when shops had to close, and a lot of them didn't have that online aspect, or they were so focused on selling products face to face, that they weren't able to pivot to online, or they struggled to keep their business going, or even to just abandon that. They needed to abandon that business and start a new one. So these are some ideas to try to get people thinking. I know everybody on this call is, more or less already settled in their business, but if there's anything that you can add to the discussion, I'm just going to talk for a few minutes about a few ideas. If there's anything you can add to the discussion for anyone looking at this recording afterwards, I'm going to cut this into a nice little presentation section. And, if there's anything you would like to add to it at the end, please do. And if this is completely boring for you, please put some comments in the chat, or continue chatting with anybody else that you would like to network with. And then at the end, we can all come back together. So the reason why I'm talking about online businesses, why I've put myself to do this talk, is because of my other role. Not only am I running the local business expo, the Southall Business Expo, the Ealing Business Expo, but my day job is as lecturer and module leader at University of West London. At the Brentford campus, I teach the module Social Media and E-Business Marketing to finance and management students. So what the module really is not teaching students how to use social media, but how to use social media in a business way, and how to be responsible with it, and how to, how to be ethical, how to use, how to market a business online, how to use social media to market an online business. So some of the ideas that I get from my students, I'm going to share with you now, and some of the ideas that we discuss in class are going to come up in this little talk. So the first thing you need to think about if you're starting an online business is why. Why would you start an online business? And there's that aspect that we were talking about a couple of seconds ago about if if something like COVID happens again, can your business pivot? Can your business operate online? Are you completely dependent on footfall, people coming in from the road, people coming in to find you in a location? Why would you want to start an online business? Not only because it has other advantages rather than being able to be accessed. You can be accessible 24 hours a day. You don't need to be in person. You have an online business. You have, even if it's a shop or a service, people can access your business any hour of the day. You don't need to be there physically. You can automate the systems so that people can interact with your business. If you have, you can even have it in different languages. This is one of the things I learned about doing the Southall Business Expo, the different languages. You walk down the street in Southall and you hear so many different languages. And if you're starting up an online business in Southall, it might be useful to be able to have a website that changes the language. You can change it, to, whichever language that you need to reach your target audience. So you have, what is your why? Also, because a lot of Southall people who want to start up a business, they're thinking about starting up a business after Brexit. There's a struggle with staffing. Some people are blaming it on Brexit. Some people are blaming it on COVID. Why is there the staffing problem in Britain at the moment? And if you start an online business, you're less dependent on staff. You can come up with your own reasons of why somebody might want to start an online business. Why would you want to start an online business? The first thing you would want to do when coming up with an idea for an online business is to figure out what are your strengths, what it is you like to do. Is it that you want to have a product that you sell and that you buy and resell? Is it that you have a service that you would like to offer? Is it that you would like to to do different kinds of trading. You know, there are all kinds of online business. Of course, there's good old Google. Google can be your friend to give you some ideas for online businesses. But we'll come to that in a moment. When is it an online business and when is it a side hustle? So we'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. So how would you choose a business? You think about your strengths, you think about what you like to do, because if it's something that you like to do, then it's more easy for you to spend that extra time on it, because starting up a business can take a lot of time, and it can be really not just time consuming, energy consuming. So it should really be something that you like doing, something that you might be doing it for reasons more than just making money. And remember, it is a business, so it has to make money. It's not, you're not starting up. If you're starting up a charity, that's a different conversation. But if you're starting up an online business, an e-business, it has to make profit, and you have to be able to make enough profit to make the business grow, to help the business to grow, for the business to move forward, and ultimately for you to be able to live off of it, because that's why you work, to be able to live off your earnings, right? Right? Are you with me?
Yes, right.
Fantastic. So I just wanted to talk a couple of ideas, 3 types of businesses. Now this is just trying to trigger a couple of ideas in anybody's mind who might be thinking about starting up an online business. At the end of the day, ultimately, you want to have what they call omni-channel, multi-channel business. So you want to have a business that has a physical presence and has an online presence. They used to call these hybrid businesses, but I think now they call it omni-channel businesses. So so that when you can reach people on the mobile, you can reach people on the website, you can reach people on an app, you can reach people in the store, you can reach the people in pop-up outlets, so that you can market to people on different channels. But for now, we're just thinking about the online aspect of starting up an online business. So this is one idea that I, be spending so much time in Southall, you can't help but come up, meet people from Let's Go Southall. That is the organization that is encouraging cycling in Southall, and just seeing what they are, they're trying to encourage businesses to stay. You don't need to use your car for delivery. You can use, there's this idea of starting to use a cargo bike service. So this is one business that can be a good online business. So you buy the cargo bike, but you hire it out, or you might buy a fleet. You start with one and you might end up, this is what I meant about scaling up. You start off with one, you buy 2 or 3, and you have an app or a website that people can book the cargo bike, and they can use that for deliveries or for transporting things around Southall. There are places to park up the bike. It really looks like a good idea. Cycling in Southall is taking off, partly because of Let's Go Southall and their big funding. So I think if there's something that you want to get involved with in Southall, I think thinking about cycling is a good idea. Another idea that I was thinking about is scaffolding. There is a lot of building going on in scaffolding, and a friend of mine was saying they shut down all other parts of their business. They were doing a building business, they were interior decorating, but for some reason, but the scaffolding that they bought to paint the outside of buildings, once they started hiring that out, that took over the rest of their business. So if you can find different aspects of business that can be something that can be purchased, that can be hired out, that's one idea. Another idea is to sell your... Yes, go ahead. Okay, I'm not sure if somebody was anybody trying to say something, because I can't see if you put your hand up. Okay, another...
We're breaking up. Sincere apologies.
Tell me again.
Carlene, can you hear me?
Yes, Hammer. Or Balraj.
Yeah, sincere apologies. We have to leave, if that's okay. We need to prepare for delivery for tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'll put a link to this on YouTube if there's anything you wanted to look at afterwards. So we'll keep connecting on social media, okay?
Of course, of course. Thanks everyone. Good luck.
Thanks,
and
everyone,
hopefully
guys.
to see you
All
soon.
right. Take care, Balraj and Hama.
Thank
Bye-bye
you.
then.
Bye bye.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. So that's good. That's good. We still have enough of us here because I can't see who's here. So I'm assuming I'm not talking. I'm talking to people here, right? Somebody's still here?
Yeah.
All right. Ideas for online businesses. So another idea is to sell your services. That sounds, I'm looking at that now. That sounds a little bit dodgy, but I mean something like online networking. That's also another idea that I think could work really well in Southall. There are some businesses like the Athena Network or Fabulous Women. There are businesses that make money with online networking. So you start up like an online networking club. You can do this online business from home. It's suited to parents with young children who want to set up a business from home, and they want to travel while being able to run their business. So you can sell your services online. It's something like online networking group. We can talk if anybody wants to try out one of those. I can send you a list of different ones that you could try. We had an exhibitor at the Online Expo in 2020, Lizzie Phillips. I Want to Network, and she does online speed networking. And, it works really well for her. She's making a living from that. And that's what you want from online business, to, not just be online, but to make a living from. The third idea is to teach online. So either you purchase a product that can be hired out, or you sell your services, or you buy and sell online, or you can teach classes, yoga classes or exercise classes or art classes. So those are online. That would be an online business. Some people think about that as is that really a business? If it's making you money and you're making a profit and it can be scaled up, that's a business. So if you have a special skill that you would like to share with people that you think that you can get enough people who would pay for it online, think about teaching online. If you can either set up the classes yourself, or you can join one of those organizations that would do all the, admin for you, and you would do, just join in and teach the class, and this organization would pay you. So there are lots of those kind of businesses that you could tap into online. So those are just 3 little options that I that have been discussing with my students, and some of them come up because their end of semester assignment is always to come up with a marketing plan for businesses. So for an online business. So it's good to have some different ideas. So this bit, when is it an e-business and when is it a side hustle? Can you distinguish from what we were talking about? Does anybody want to have a go to answer this question?
Why can't your e-business also be a side hustle?
Okay, anybody else? Why can't your e-business also be a side hustle? Well, I suppose if it's making, anybody wants to answer that from Yusuf? I'm thinking.
I suppose, can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Shakutula.
Yep. I suppose a side hustle is also, it can be an e-business, and it's only a side hustle up until it turns out to be your main thing. So basically, I would call it a part-time thing up until you make enough from it so that you can leave your main job, whatever that is. And then it's not a side hustle anymore. It's your main business. You're doing it daily. So I think for me, that's the difference. Does it make enough money to sustain you so that you can leave your job for it? Everyone starts it as a side hustle, and most of them do turn out to be, your full-time thing later on.
I really like that. I really like that. That, as Yusuf said, it can be both. And as Shakutula is saying, one can grow into the next. The side hustle can grow into your main hustle. And I think once you can scale it up, when you're ready to scale up your business, either you hire staff, or you change the type of, you might start off as a sole trader and you become a limited company. Just, all those things that start, you become VAT registered, all those things that make it into your main business. You get bigger clients, you might start to outsource different aspects of the business. And even though it's still online, it gets less of that side hustle status and it becomes more of a established business. So, you know, we've been trying to focus on business ideas that could work in Southall. While we've been talking, has anybody got any other ideas of business? I have this list. I can tell you, things like house sitting, cat sitting, dog sitting, so anything, building mobile apps, event organization, telesales and marketing. I sell some things on Redbubble, I can make that into a business, buying and selling e-commerce, an Amazon shop, YouTube channel. There's so many things that can turn into a business with the right level of marketing. Once you have an idea, once you scale it up, you can make enough money off of it, but you have to have that interest in the idea, and you have to have that vision, write your business plan, and write into your business plan how you can develop this idea into a productive business. Any other ideas about online businesses that anyone can start up at home?
It depends on whether
the
you can
dropshipping was one of the ones which was in the market for a long time. Dropshipping is still around. So probably if someone wants to just do something with minimum time.
So dropshipping is when you buy from one website and sell it from one e-commerce site.
Essentially what you do is you've got companies who would do the packaging and sending of the product. You and your e-commerce website would only be selling it. So you automate it, so the order is received and it goes to the the supplier straight away. And your payments and stuff could be automated as well, so the supplier gets their share of money and you get your share of money left with you. So essentially the customer is paying you first, and you're just paying the supplier a bit for that. So you're not stocking anything, any of the items. It's only sold if someone has bought it off you.
All right. So would you say my Redbubble items are is that considered drop shipping? So for example, I bought this. I forgot to bring my my expo products. So for example, I don't know if you can see this bottle. So it's branded with my cricket club logo on it, but the cricket club didn't sell it. We bought it off a website, and some of the money goes to the cricket club. Is that called? Is that an example?
That would be drop shipping, because they're essentially selling it, but it's actually someone else who is doing the manufacture and sending it to you. So yes, yeah, and the good thing about that is it could be automated to a certain level that your involvement as a person is very minimal. At the beginning, you do have to set up all of these things, and later on, you're basically sleeping and your website is making money for you.
Well,
it's not as straightforward. I'm not making any promises to anyone.
I know. Because what we'll come on to next is the fundraise, the charities that we're donating our money to. But one of the website that we're using, the Redbubble website, we have the print, the cover from the expo guide is we printed this site prints this image onto about 50 different products. So I'm saying that anybody who wants to buy a keepsake from the expo can buy something from that website, and 20% of the purchase will go to our charity, the charities that we're donating to after the expo. So it's good to know that that is an example of drop shipping. Yusuf, did you want to say, were you trying to say something else as well?
Yes. Yeah, I was trying to, there's a lot of stuff which, if you have skills like any type of computing, IT, software skills, just because the demand in those areas across the board is so massive, that's always an area where you are almost always in demand. So it reminded me of the old saying that during a gold rush, it's the people who sell the pickaxes and shovels who make the most money. So if there's any type of growth area that you can become a tertiary level supplier to, or some type of, so for argument's sake, anyone who's gone around where Southall Station is, they've seen all the building work going up. Why? Because they've got the Crossrail coming in. So everyone's realized that there's going to be a lot of demand, a lot of people moving into that area. all of those people moving in there, all those buildings moving in there, they're going to need services, they're going to need supplying, they're going to need to have different things provided to them, which I don't even know about, but there's other smart people here who'll say to themselves that I can supply like the chaps who were here earlier, they'll say that we can supply a CCTV to these people, or maybe we can supply some electrical lighting to some of these people. Or there's going to be some people said, oh, people coming in, they're going to be setting up businesses, I can be their accountant. So there's always different things going on. It's a case of asking, what is the niche that I can bring to it? So with respect to people going online, someone like such as myself who does cybersecurity can provide that. Somebody else who's just an e-commerce professional who knows how to set up the shopping cart systems or integrate with something like Shopify, or provide that Shopify integration already ready to go. They're the type of people, those are the type of businesses that are always going to be quick to market and quick to grow on the back of somebody else's work. So it even saves you a lot of headache. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say that would fall into the second category. What was the second category again? Sell your services online. Sell your services to, that's an online business that it's not buying and selling, but it is selling your services to, you've got those skills, even if it's not IT skills, like online skills like using Adobe Photoshop or InDesign or photography editing or video editing. Those are online services that can be considered online businesses. Let me see, what is the next thing? Okay, so I think we did well with our discussion. We have a couple more minutes left. I think we had a couple of